Hi, how are you?
Hey, good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. What can we get for you?
Let me do a medium Mountain Dew,
Mm-hmm.
and then a bean burrito, and 2 chicken chipotle melts. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, welcome to the video, and welcome to the Taco Bell drive-through lane. Yeah, Taco Bell is kind of my addiction, but today is a day that I just don't want to study. And I talk about this a lot in my channel that sometimes in medical school or undergrad or any competitive program, you just get kind of burnt out and you need to take a day for yourself, whether that's a whole day, a half day, and today is just one of those days. So in this video, we're just going to be hanging out and talking about taking a day off in medical school. Thanks so much. Thank you. What the heck? Since when does Taco Bell start giving you guys mints? That's pretty cool. I've never seen that ever in my entire life. Like a bunch of mints in my bag. Like these red and yellow ones, or these red and white ones. It's weird. So I'm sitting in my car right now. I just got Taco Bell. I'm eating. This is actually a favorite thing of mine, is to just get like some fast food, come and just chill in the parking lot and eat and just like think about what I need to be doing. A lot of you might be thinking that's a complete waste of time, but it's something that works for me. And don't get me wrong, I don't do this all the time, but today is just one of those days where I don't want to study. I'm just tired of studying all the time and I just needed a break. And it's kind of a side of me that you guys haven't seen yet, and I do talk about it a lot in my videos. But every once in a while, you guys just need to take a break, and today is that day for me. Basically, what I did today so far is I woke up at about 6:30. I did a little bit of studying, but I had to get to school by around 8:30 because we had to do what are called patient presentations in lab at 9 o'clock this morning. So basically, with our OMM lab partner, we were given a script. Each of us, played doctor, and we went through, the HPI, the entire history. We did a physical exam on each other. So in my case, the patient presented with abdominal pain. So I did an abdominal exam to try and figure out what was going on with the patient. And then after doing that, we came together in small groups and we had to give a 2-minute or less patient presentation to either one of the faculty members or one of the fellows. And that was just to basically help us get ready for third year rotations. If you guys didn't know, once you get into third year and fourth year, you're no longer in the classroom. Everything you learn for the most part is going to be in a hospital setting. You're going to be working with patients, with doctors, with residents, and you as a medical student are going to have to get histories, do physicals, and you're going to have to present that information to whoever's above you, whether that's a fourth year med student, whether that's a resident or your attending physician. And those patient presentations need to be basically about 60 seconds long or less. And the things that you need to include in your patient presentations are all of the pertinent findings that you were able to gather from that patient, including the history, which also includes their social history. Do they drink? Do they smoke? Do they have any past medical history that would be helpful in telling us what is going on with this patient today? Do they have any past family history that will help us determine what's going on with the patient today? So you need to kind of pick and choose what information is pertinent to the presenting illness, and then that information needs to be presented to your attending physician, and then you guys will kind of talk about it, figure out what exactly is going on with the patient, your plan of action, and basically the next steps that you're going to do regarding this patient. So that's what I did this morning. It was only about an hour long. I came home, had no desire to study because that's all I've been doing. And my mind and my body was just telling me to take a break. And those are the times where you guys need to be extremely sensitive to your mind and your body, and you need to listen. Because if I don't take a break today when my body is telling me, you know what, you're pushing yourself a little too hard, you need to take a step back and just take a breather, take a break, and then hit it hard either tonight or tomorrow. Because the students that don't take breaks are the students that are going to get burnt out. They're the students that aren't going to make it in medicine. You don't want to be caught on that side of the fence where depression starts to set in, where anxiety starts to set in, where burnout starts to set in because you didn't listen to your mind and your body when it told you, I need a break. I don't even know if you guys are going to even like this video, this style of video. But if you guys do, definitely give it a like. Comment down below what you guys like to do when you're stressed, when you need a study break. Do you guys go out and get food and just kind of recharge? Do you guys go work out? I think this video is pretty important, and hopefully it helps some of you guys out there, because I feel like nowadays, especially on social media, on YouTube, there's not a lot of people willing to tell you to take a break, to take it easy. Everything is about getting ahead. It's about moving forward. But sometimes in order to move forward, you need to just take a step back. And a lot of the time we just don't have someone there to tell us it's okay to do that. And you know, as a second year medical student, I'm here to tell you guys, if you're in medical school, it's very okay to take a step back, to take a break, because med school is hard. It's grueling. It's a very difficult marathon. It's not a sprint. And so you definitely need to stop at a water station once in a while, catch your breath so that you can continue on and finish that marathon. This is like such a random video. I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. It's so random. I just turned my camera on, started recording, and this is kind of what happened. Anyways, I went to Taco Bell. Do you guys like Taco Bell? If you do, like, what do you guys get at Taco Bell? I feel like most students like Taco Bell. It's cheap. It's like always open. It tastes good. For some reason, a lot of people say they have GI issues when they eat Taco Bell. I've personally never had this issue. I've eaten Taco Bell ever since I can remember, and they're probably only in business because I go there very frequently. Not as frequently as I did in the past, like in high school, but I still like to go to Taco Bell probably, I don't know, once or twice a month, probably more than that sometimes. The other thing, you guys probably think I'm like a fatty because I told you I go to Taco Bell when I don't like to study or I just need to relax. But I do also work out quite a bit with my wife. We go running a lot in the morning, so she's a very active runner, and I don't even know what that means because aren't all runners active. But basically, she runs about 8 miles a day, and on the days she's not running, she's doing HIIT workouts in the gym. So she is definitely my inspiration with working out. I used to work out a lot more before medical school and before the pandemic hit. Now I don't really have a gym that I go to, so I work out at my apartment's gym, which is fairly nice for an apartment. It doesn't have everything that I would like it to have, but it's definitely sufficient. I just need to get my lazy butt down there and start lifting weights again. But if working out's like your thing, like what do you guys like to do? Do you guys work out consistently? You definitely should if you're going to be advising your patients in the future that they need to be losing weight or working out and living healthier lifestyles. It starts with us as physicians, and I refer to myself as a future physician because I'm definitely not a physician yet. Physician in the making, I guess you can say. Honestly, guys, one of the best things to do when you just don't feel like studying anymore is after you take, you know, a 4 or 5 hour break in your day, I would suggest starting to study a little bit passively. And what I mean by that is if you guys have recorded lectures, it's really easy to either lay in bed, sit on the couch, sit in a comfy chair, and just watch your lectures on like 2 times speed. That way, you feel like you're doing something, but you're not really having to use your brain too much, and hopefully something will stick. Now, I love studying this way because I love going through my lectures multiple times. And I've talked to you guys a ton about how to study in medical school and how I personally like to study. I don't use Anki because I honestly just don't know how to use it. I use flashcards every once in a while, but I find that you need to make so many flashcards, and I just don't have time to do that. I know people have pre-made Anki decks. Hey, sorry guys, my phone totally died, so I'm just gonna finish up this video real quick. Going back to the flashcard thing, I know a lot of people use Anki and they love it and they live by it, but for me, you kind of have to make way too many flashcards to where it's actually beneficial. And I think that's kind of a waste of time in a lot of instances. And I know, like I was saying, Anki has a lot of pre-made decks, but I find it like when I was making flashcards in my master's program, that's kind of where I use flashcards quite a bit. I found that making the flashcard was the best part about flashcards. That's where I kind of learned the material the best. Obviously, the spaced repetition does help, but I think the actual act of making your flashcard is where you get the most benefit out of it. And that's kind of lost if you use a pre-made deck. Now, there are some really good arguments on using flashcards for board studying, and that's just because you can't make that many flashcards for boards. Like, it's just impossible. And so using a pre-made deck is awesome, and I probably will try it out. I'm not quite sure. Once I finish boards, I'll definitely give you guys an update on how that went and my study techniques and all of that good stuff. But kind of going back to that passive way of studying, when you don't feel like studying, it's going to help you accomplish something when you really just don't feel like studying. And so you guys can just rewatch a lecture or passively go through your notes or your lecture slides. That's the best way of transitioning back into that active studying mode. And so if you just are not wanting to do your flashcards or something like that, I highly recommend just kind of rewatching lectures. It's a really good way of passively studying, and it's something that I highly recommend doing. So guys, I'm going to end the video here and probably get back to studying, but if you made it to the end of this video, I commend you because the audio was horrendous, so thank you iPhone for that. But I'm probably going to edit this video and get back to studying so that I can at least get an hour or two in before bed tonight. But thank you guys for watching and always supporting this channel. I hope to see you guys in my next video.